Hello everybody and welcome back. It's been a while, but I feel like this is a video I need to make because I feel like it would be irresponsible to you guys to just not address the fact that I haven't posted in, what is it, almost 2 months now? So here we are, the full tea on why I haven't been posting. Where do we begin? So there's been a lot going on. I've had some difficult life events lately, and I just have felt like I just couldn't bring myself to edit because everything felt ingenuine. All of the videos I had already filmed and ready to go to edit, I just couldn't bring myself to edit them because I was in a really happy place, obviously, when I filmed them, and I wasn't for the past 2 months. So let me break down for you a little bit of what's going on to give you some more insight and information. So last you probably heard from me was like mid-April when I got back from my trip to Disney World with Lauren. I had a fantastic trip, an amazing trip. It was really, really great. But the day I got back, my boss presented me with an opportunity. You guys know I work in fashion merchandising for private country clubs, and there was a country club in Washington, D.C. that was extremely prestigious, incredibly well known in the industry. And I've had some contact with their director of retail before. Basically, the assistant retail director at this club position had opened up, and since I had had contact with her before, she was really impressed by me and reached out to my boss and asked if I would be interested in the position, which was obviously a really crazy opportunity. I don't know how to stress the magnitude of this club to you guys if you don't work in the industry. But it's huge. It's the kind of position that people work their whole lives to get a position at a club like this. And they asked for me, which was really crazy. And I was so humbled and so flattered that they even considered me for this position. So of course, you know, I thought like I had to throw my hat in the ring. I would be crazy not to, given their reputation in the industry. So throughout the interview process, I just got more and more excited. You guys know I'm from New Jersey originally, and it's a huge move to do from Charleston to Washington, D.C., but D.C. is only 4 hours away from my parents, my family, and my siblings, and it would be huge to live within driving distance of them, or I could just like hop on a train and go see them for the weekend. And I just started to get more and more excited about the idea of that and living in a city, which I've always wanted to do. So just the more into the interview process and the more they were interested in me, the more I was interested in them, and I just kept getting really excited about the opportunity. So I got to a point where they flew me out. I'm sure you guys saw on my Instagram that I was in DC, and that's why I was interviewing for the position in person. So they flew me out, they gave me a full tour of the club. I had like a whole day where I had 11 meetings in one day. It was pretty crazy. And then I flew back home to Charleston. Everything went super well, and I feel so confident in how I felt so confident in my conversations with everyone, and I felt really comfortable with the club and with the position, and I just got along great with everyone there. Everyone was so amazing, so I felt really good about it. And then so I got home, and then at that point was just a waiting game. I knew that there was one other candidate in the process, so I just had to kind of sit and wait it out. And then I got a call from the director of retail, and she said that they absolutely loved me. And it was a split-hair decision, but unfortunately they decided to go in another direction. They felt like the other candidate just had a little bit more experience because I am incredibly young. And that's been something that's really, really mind-blowing about this whole experience, is that not only was I being kind of introduced and asked for this very sought-after position, but it's really unheard of for someone who's 23 to hold a title like that in the industry that I work in. So, I mean, I can't possibly fault them. I still think incredibly highly of their entire team there. And I don't take it personally. That's not something that you can take personally. I know that it wasn't me. But it was still a really big blow to my confidence and my self-esteem. And I think I just got to a point where I was so excited to envision my life in the next step of my career in a place that I really wanted to live in that was so much closer to my family, that I just got really excited and invested in that version of my future. And then I felt like in the blink of an eye, it just all went away, which of course that's life and things like that happen, but it doesn't make it suck any less. So that was kind of the beginning of this kind of not so great place that I'm in still. Second big reason is, as you guys know, my roommate Louise. She is a Swedish immigrant. She has been in the country for about 5 years, and she now has to leave the country. So we've had this incredible life, this incredible friendship. We've lived together for a year now, and it just is working out where she just couldn't get a visa to continue to stay in the country, and her visa is expiring next month. So she has a little bit of time after her visa expires before she has to actually leave the country. But it just really, really sucks. And it's just so incredibly frustrating because she is an amazing person. She's one of the best people that I know. She's smart, she's funny, she's a really hard worker. She contributes to this country with her knowledge from her country, and she's just such a good person, and it just worked out that she just didn't get picked for this particular kind of visa. So she's explored other avenues, she's tried other visas, but it just it didn't work out. And sometimes that just happens, and that's just the way it is, and that's just how the visa system is, and we just have to deal with it. Which even though that's the way it is, it doesn't make it suck any less. So yeah, those are kind of the two big things that are on the forefront of my mind right now. There's been a lot of other issues here and there that I don't really feel comfortable sharing with you guys. But overall, it just has not been my favorite past like 2 months. Even before I found out that I didn't get the job in DC, the uncertainty of not knowing what my life was going to be like, there was like a solid 3 weeks where I was going back and forth trying to plan whether or not I was going to continue to put down my roots here or pick everything up in a week and move it 8 hours up the coast. And that was really stressful. And then just dealing with having to rebuild the image of what I see for my future just is really challenging. And I know that it's not the biggest problem in the world, but as someone who's incredibly professionally driven, to have the next step kind of in sight, and then all of a sudden it's not anymore, I was having a really hard time with it, and I'm still having a really hard time with it. So that's kind of what's been going on with me, and I feel like another thing that I wanted to talk about in this video is the future of my channel. Some big information that I have not shared with you guys is, it's a tough one, but this is a really good thing that I should talk about in this video as we're kind of coming clean and getting on the same page again. I have not renewed my annual pass. My annual pass expired on May 2nd, and I chose not to renew. And I chose not to renew for a bunch of different reasons. First of all, I have been incredibly, incredibly grateful for the time that I was able to spend this past year at Disney World. Just the amount of times that I've been able to visit. Most people don't make it there in their lifetime that many times. I want to focus, and I'm trying to focus on being so grateful for being able to have that time, rather than to just resent the fact that I have chosen to not renew my pass. I just don't feel like right now it's the most efficient way I can be spending my money. Obviously, Disney is something that I absolutely love. It's something that I'm never gonna not love. But I made it quite a few years, you know, just going once a year, and if I can just make it there once a year, I'm happy, you know? Even if I don't get that, I'm so grateful and appreciative for the time that I have been able to spend there. That's what I can hold on to, and I can be comfortable knowing that at least I've had that time, and just be able to make it down whenever I can. I'm at a point in my life where I'm 23 years old and I'm trying to start planning for my future. I'm thinking about buying a house in the not so distant future. I really want to travel. Last year I went to Cuba and it was an amazing experience. This year I have another huge trip planned, and it is England. I'm going to kind of northern England. I am not going to London. I'm going to Manchester and Liverpool. So kind of some smaller cities, but I'm super excited to go and experience the culture. The reason why I'm not going to London is because I feel like I'm only going to be there for 6 days, and if I'm going to those two cities already, I want to be able to dedicate more time to London. London deserves more than just a day or two here and there. So I feel like that should be a separate trip. But I am super excited, and I think it's going to be an incredible opportunity. I would like to start saving up a bigger cushion so that I can do these bigger trips like this. I spent so many years of my life not being able to afford to travel, and it's something that's so important to me to go and experience other cultures and see the world by actually experiencing it, that I would rather save my money and be able to go and do that, because it's something that's very important to me. So, as for the future of my channel, there's a lot in store. What can I say? Since I am not renewing my pass, don't despair. There's still going to be Disney content. I have 2 whole trips that are filmed that have not been edited yet that I will edit and upload. But as for my content, I am going to be turning into a little bit more of a travel channel. Like I mentioned before, I did this trip to Cuba last year, and I actually vlogged the entire thing, and I have it pre-edited and ready to go. So those vlogs will probably be coming up soon. I want to do more content with my friends, more like everyday style stuff, so you guys can just kind of get an idea of who I am better. Not that I'm crazy interesting, but I want to do more stuff like that so you guys can get to know me better. And I want to share my adventures and my life with you. And I feel like I can't do that if all I do from this point forward is Disney vlogs. So there will be some Disney content, but there is also going to be a more diverse range of content. I'm really sorry that I haven't posted in so long. I hope you guys understand, after watching this video, I just haven't been in a good place, and posting anything felt insincere. And that's the last thing that I want to do on this channel. I don't want to post anything if it's not 100% me and 100% where I'm at in life. I just want to be as real with you guys as possible. And I think part of doing that is sharing like this when things aren't 100% so great, and I'm still struggling to kind of move forward and continue to build my life here, but I'm learning, and everything is a process. And at the end of the day, even though I'm in not such a great place, I have so much to be thankful for. I have a job that allows me to live a comfortable life with a roof over my head and food in my belly. And then I can even go and do things like do an international trip every year. Like, that's something that not a lot of people get to do, and it's so important to me, and I'm so grateful that I can afford to do that. I'm healthy. I have people that care about me. You know, it's at the end of the day, even though I'm struggling, I know that I'm so damn lucky, and I'm very grateful for that. And I'm also grateful for you guys. Thank you for bearing with me in this trying time of not really being able to post anything, and I'm really looking forward to continuing to share my adventures with you guys. That's gonna be it for me for now. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. I'm sorry for not giving a very thorough explanation of what's going on, but I'm still not in a great place, and I am an avoider. If I am upset with things, I don't like to talk about it. But then that's really unhealthy, because then it just festers and builds up, and then I just get more upset and angry with it. So if you have any questions, please drop them in the comments below. Let me know how you guys are feeling about my new travel stuff. If there's anything you want to see, please let me know. I want to try new stuff. And as usual, thank you so much for watching, and have a magical day.